and Lewis on 1019 The Fox. Come on!
Luke and Lewis on the Fox. Welcome to a new show, guys. Good to be here, Luke.
Yeah, a new show. I guess it is. It's just it's weirdly phrased.
Are you saying that we don't innovate, improve, and
No,
become
we're
a new show every week?
No, but we're on every week. So like Luke and Lewis is quite a regular show,
Yeah.
but like new show implies that it is a brand new show. We're not doing last week's show. That would
I
be
feel
weird.
like our show's like, every time Kanye does a new album, he like freaks out on Twitter and becomes a new person.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what we should do.
True. We're reinventing ourselves today.
Yeah.
Expect something bold, courageous. It'll probably be controversial if it's like Kanye.
Something like we've never done before, like talking about a weird shop that I
Yeah,
saw.
well, I
Never
don't
done
think
that
we've
before,
ever
have
done
we?
that. But after the break, we are going to be talking about a weird shop. So it's controversial
that.
stuff. Would not want to miss that.
Luke and Lewis on the Fox. Luke, I saw one of the most niche businesses I've ever seen in my life the other day.
Yeah.
And it just blew my mind of just how are these guys paying rent? And the thing that gets me is they've been around for about a decade. I see them all the time. And every time I go past, I think, who's going there?
Well, okay. Can I guess the business? I think it's something like, I don't know. Like, what's a weird? Is it something seasonal, like a
I don't know
Christmas
if
shop?
it is.
Or
No, it's not a Christmas shop. What it is, it's a business called Golf Injury Specialist.
I know the place.
You do? You've seen it?
It's near your house. Not that close, but on the way to your house sometimes.
Yeah.
I think it's the same one we're talking about.
And it's got like a big picture of like
it
a
blue?
golf ball. It's like
Blue and
greeny
white?
blue,
Oh.
something like that. But
Maybe there's two.
well,
Maybe it's a franchise.
there's a lot of golf injuries happening around. But every time I see it, I'm like, one, I don't think there's that many people that play golf. Like golf sporting stores are pretty rare, and everyone who plays golf needs balls and clubs.
Yeah, and usually you could just buy those at the golf club where you're going to participate in the activity.
Well, maybe they need a golf injury specialist at the golf club.
You'd think that's a way better sport. Is there a golf club nearby?
No, there's not.
That's weird because that means they're driving out of their way to either do one of the things. They're either driving out of their way to play golf or they're driving out of the way to get a specialist to look at their golf-related injury. What is a golf-related injury?
Well, that's what I was thinking about is how badly... Because, like, I get, like, you could hurt yourself playing golf. Maybe you fall over, sprain your wrist. But
you could
that's
tear a
doctor.
muscle swinging, but that would be similar to baseball.
Yeah, like
related
what
injuries.
kind of injury can you only get at golf? And then also something that only a golf injury specialist can be like, yes, Tito. I've seen this before.
Yeah, so he's gone like... So yeah, if someone comes in and go, oh, Doc, you'll never guess what's happened. I've done my back swinging the cricket bat. He goes, excuse me, turn around, walk out of here. It's
I
like,
don't know,
dude,
I can't help you,
It's
mate.
pretty much the same motion as swinging a golf club.
Well, it got me thinking, like, there are a lot of, like, niche businesses out there. Like, another one that I've seen around near me is, like, a chess store. And it's like, come on.
Not a board game store.
No.
See,
just,
usually...
just chess. I'm pretty sure we have chess. We've got it. Everyone has a chessboard.
I've got a chessboard.
Yeah.
I don't need to buy another one.
But do you ever remember buying it? Like, I feel like
Yeah,
everyone has a
that's true.
chessboard, but no one's ever bought one.
Well, think about how many people are being born every day. Those people need to be chessed up.
That's
they
true.
Need to be supplied with chess. It should be kind of a thing you get with, like, with your birth certificate. It's like, and here's your, and then also your game of chess. You'll learn how to play that in about 12 years. Good luck.
Yeah. But have you seen any niche businesses?
No, the only ones I could think of was like seasonal ones, like a calendar business, for example. I don't know. You see these stores up in June, and not even that. I get they're selling half-year ones, but you see them up in like April selling calendars. It's like, if you haven't got your calendar by April, give up. You're not doing organisation this year.
Yeah, every time I see those stalls in shopping centres with, like, the calendars, I'm like, oh, you ordered too many.
Yeah.
You thought you were going to sell a lot more calendars. Everyone has one on their phone.
Really, I think there's no point altogether for calendar stores, right?
No.
I get maybe pop-up ones in shopping centres across the holiday season. You're like, oh, we must get, but just newsagents. Get it from your newsagent, and they should only sell them from a certain time of year. They're like fruit. They're in season for a bit, and then you forget about them. You don't need mandarins in the winter, all right? Yeah. 131060, have you seen a niche shop or like a weird shop?
Yeah, can you get even more niche than the golf injury specialist?
Or even better, 131060, have you ever been to a golf injury specialist? I want to know how they make their money.
Oh, yeah, please.
But mainly, 131060, have you seen a niche store where you're like, how is this company making money? You might work at one, you might have been to one.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear your thoughts.
Luke and Lewis on the Fox.
Yeah, right.
Well,
not your best.
I'm just joining it.
I know, and I'd rather you didn't.
We asked you
Don't
guys.
participate with the talented people, all right?
Yeah, it's true. I'm way out of my zone. As
Yeah.
long as they don't step into radio, we're sweet.
Yeah.
We asked you guys on 301060, what's the most niche business you've ever seen? And we got a few interesting callers.
Well-
We had someone called Joe who just dropped out. He said he saw a hot chip store that only sold hot chips.
Really?
They didn't sell anything else.
I would argue that most stores are hot chip stores.
That's because
Like-
you're so uncultured
Yeah, like-
and you refuse to try new things.
I see McDonald's as a hot chip store because that's all I get, really.
Mate, at least get a McChicken.
Yeah, McChicken's gross. Actually, I don't know. I don't really eat Maccas anymore. One time I had a wet Big Mac, but look, they're probably a client of the station. So, hey, it was dry. Go get it. Anyway.
That's not a compliment either. Very dry burger.
Yeah, it's better than wet. Anyway, I would say hot chip, kind of niche, but I don't know, like...
It was in
That's
Melton,
like a store
though,
that just
and-
sells waffles.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, it's good. Everyone
Yeah.
likes waffles. Everyone likes hot chips.
And it was in Melton, so some might say niche, some might say perfect for the people who live in Melton.
Yeah, I did a gig there last night, and can confirm they were a big hot chip crowd.
Emily, welcome to the show. What's the most niche business you've seen?
Hey guys, so I think it was around the Emerald Sassafras area. I was out with a girlfriend and we walked past a store that was just covered with puppets.
Puppets. And they only sold puppets.
Yeah, I think we went in and saw maybe a few books in the corner, but it was pretty much 90%
Mostly just puppet material, like that one Goosebumps book with the puppet in it, Slappy. Was very scary. Good
I've
on you,
got
R.S.
no idea what he's talking about, and I'm sure neither do you, Emily. But puppets. So they just sold puppets. And did you buy one, or you just creeped out and you left?
I had to look back 3 times to make sure I wasn't going crazy.
Yeah, okay. But you didn't go in there. You didn't have the guts to enter the puppet store.
I think we peeked our heads in just to have a look
Yeah,
around.
that's out of a horror movie.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's
and
creepy.
only a puppet store, that's very strange. I don't think anyone's like going back and be like, oh, I must get another one. You might have like one person out of every
Who
thousand
owns
buys
more
one.
than 2 puppets?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not something you
An
own
insane
multiple of.
person who then opens up a store.
The most obscure one I found online, the weirdest shop is in Brooklyn, New York. There's a shop that's called All Things Roller Derby, and they just
What is
sell,
a roller derby?
It's like this sport where you like skate around and like
Oh, I've
roller
seen that.
skating. Yeah, and you push each other, and I don't
But
really
see,
get the
that's
rules.
even more niche than just selling
Roller
roller
skating,
skates.
yeah.
Because it's like specific roller skates for this purpose only.
Yeah.
It's like, man, that died in like the 90s. Let it go.
Yeah.
Gerard, welcome to the show. What's the most niche business you've ever seen?
The most niche business I've seen is a Halloween pop-up store.
Halloween pop-up. Oh, okay.
But if it's a pop-up, when do they pop up?
Like a week before Halloween and a week after Halloween.
A week after Halloween is weird. A
Yeah.
week before, smart business decision. A week after is just trying to catch the idiots who forgot Halloween and are desperately trying to reorganize it.
Well, it's not actually that silly because I went in there and the people behind the counter said, look, if you come back after Halloween, everything in the store's 50% off. So
Yeah, well-
I didn't buy anything for Halloween last year. I brought it for this year at 50% off. Now, if everyone thought...
You're the guy.
Well, then, Gerard, you've just proven that was actually a genius business because they got you.
Hey, Gerard, do you buy your Easter eggs the same way, like a year earlier?
Yeah, well, I buy them in January. You've got to be safe.
That's not safe, mate. That's
Well, thanks for calling, mate. Don't feed those to your kids. It's Luke and Lewis on the Fox. Luke, man, I made another attempt to make a new friend.
It's so sad that every week you seem to be coming on. So if you're not familiar, Lewis, this is really sad to say, this is a really sad sentence, but struggles to make friends. He's a 24-year-old grown adult, and I would say you have about 4 friends that I know of.
Yeah, I'd agree. But how many friends do you have?
I like people who we'd mutually call each other friends.
Yeah.
Maybe like 30.
No, you don't.
Not
30?
close
How
friends.
do you have time for 30 mates?
I reckon there'd be a lot of people who'd be like, oh yeah, I'm quite good friends with
I
Luke.
would change my phone number and throw it in the bin. I couldn't deal with 30 people.
Mate, you go
texting
through
me.
my phone, I reckon a lot of those people, we could do it if we want. It's not great content. We could call every single person in my phone and be like, hey, is Luke your friend? Yes, no, hang up.
We could call
Next
everyone
call.
in my phone and we get through 2 numbers. That'd be it.
Yeah, and they'd be like, "Who's Lewis?" One of them would be me, and it'd be awkward because I'm like, "Hey, man, I'm right
The
here."
other would be mum. She'd be like, "Who's that?"
So you're trying to make a new friend. This isn't the
Yeah.
first time. Recently, the other day, Lewis tried to make a new friend on the train. Started talking to a guy, a complete stranger.
No,
on
a
the
guy
train.
talked to me, and then I thought about
You
maybe
bonded
being like,
over your Warhammer
Miniatures.
miniature book or something like that.
And then he was really he put himself in the perfect position for me to say, "Hey man, what's your Facebook? We should catch
Yeah.
up."
That's
and I
the-
just didn't follow up. Biggest regret of my life.
It's the only time anybody's ever almost made a friend from owning a Warhammer. What is it called? A Warhammer miniature book.
Well, what's been happening, mate, is I tried to make friends with my barber.
Oh, you kind of already are friends. Loose
So
acquaintance.
So I thought. So I've been going to this barber for almost a year now,
no,
I'd say.
too late. If you're not friends after a year, you have bad social skills.
Well, here's the thing. See, we I go there every 3 weeks. We always talk. He opened up his own shop. I followed him to that shop to support him because I was like, good on him. He's my age.
That's what a friend would do.
Yeah, exactly. Every time we go in there, we talk. We have a great chat.
Nah,
What are you
at
up
this
to?
moment, you sound like a loyal customer, which is not a friend.
Here's the thing. He followed me on Instagram. I followed him back. Every now and then, we like each other's photos. So I was thinking, hey, it's been a while. I think we're almost at the friendship point. So I took a leap of faith. He
Oh,
posted
no.
an Instagram story of him wearing a really nice watch. He was wearing a Rolex. And
You do. It is quite expensive. You do pay a lot for your haircut, so it's
Yeah.
good to see your money's going to something.
Well, yeah, he posted a photo of him wearing a Rolex, and
Yeah.
I messaged him because he's my age. I was like, "Man, well done, amazing, that's cool, good
Yeah.
on you. That must
You
mean
own a
he's doing
watch
well."
that doesn't even tick.
I know.
Like,
I was-
no joke. Lewis, are you wearing it right now? You're not
No.
wearing it today. He usually wears a watch that's just fake. It doesn't work.
No, it's real. I just can't afford
It's
to get it
always
fixed.
stuck on 4:15 p.m.
How dare you say that it's fake? That is a genuine watch. It's just broken.
Yeah.
So I messaged him. I was like, "Well done, man." Left me on scene.
Oh.
Left me on scene. And then
No, but what are you supposed to say to that? If I was him, you can't be like, "Thanks, man," because it's like arrogant.
No,
and then he
you
might be
just-
like, he might have seen your broken watch and been like, "I don't want to insult
he
him."
could say, "Thanks, man. Let's go bowling," or whatever friends do.
No friendship has ever started with "Well done in your Rolex. Thanks. We should go bowling."
But anyway, it gets worse, man. I went in the next week,
Oh, no.
and it was weird. We were talking, and I noticed he was wearing an Apple Watch, so he didn't have the watch on. And I was looking
So
at
now
it.
he owns 2 watches that are more expensive than yours.
I know, and the Apple Watch worked. I noticed, so I was really jealous.
Here's the thing. I've been thinking about it this
But
week.
he brought up during the haircut. He brought up. He just slipped it into the conversation that his other friend owns a barber shop that's next to a Rolex store, and that Rolex store loans that barber Rolexes to wear every month. So the rich people coming in will see him wearing a nice watch and then
Yeah.
maybe buy a Rolex. And I think he told me that because he must have been with his mate who had the Rolex and he put it on his wrist
Ah, so
and
he
then
doesn't own
filmed
the
a video,
Rolex.
which means he didn't respond to me because he was too embarrassed that he didn't actually own that watch. And now it's really awkward because we haven't addressed it. I think he owns a Rolex. He probably doesn't, but no one wants to bring it up. So now we're definitely not going to remain friends because we can't talk about what each other's wearing on their wrists.
Either way, all that aside, I was thinking this week, I don't think you understand what friendship is.
What do you mean? I'm a great friend to you.
No, you caught up with one of your friends. His name's Max. He's from Perth this week, right?
Yeah.
It was his birthday.
Yeah.
How many times in the last year do you reckon you've seen Max?
I think it has been 3 years since I saw him in person.
And you actually...
So, no, 2012 was the last
You
time I saw him in
actually were
person.
like, oh, it's one of my good mates'
That's
birthday.
6 years.
6 years?
Yeah.
You texted me the other night going, I was like, man, I was like, what are you doing?
We Instagram DM and Twitter as
That's
well.
not a friend.
I've got his number.
That's a loose acquaintance.
Nah, we're friends, mate.
That's
then
so
explain
weird.
why I was at his birthday, one of 4 people.
Because clearly he also doesn't know what a friend is.
Luke, you've got a bit of a scandal, I believe.
Well, I was involved in what I think is a pretty racy scandal this week, and I want to get ahead of it on the show. I think sometimes it's better to get on the front foot before the news starts talking about it. I'm honestly
Well, who
worried.
knows about this scandal at the moment?
Myself, our producer James knows. I ran it by him before the show. I was like, not even for the show. I was like, man, do you think I should get ahead of the curve on this one? And I would say about 5 to 7 women at who were at the Ringwood.
Are you about to ruin your career, mate?
No.
Here we go.
About 5 to 7 women who were at the Manhattan Hotel in Ringwood on Thursday night. This is what happened.
Right.
I went to the toilet.
Hold on a second. I'm just texting a current affair.
There's journalists right now just with a pen. All right. I was busting to go to the toilet. I rocked up to a gig, had a gig on Thursday. I was busting to go to the toilet the whole way there. I was like, okay, I quickly ran in, went to the toilet, and and sometimes when you're in the toilet, you'll know this, and other guys might know this, you don't feel the need to close the door, like if you're going in a cubicle.
Yeah.
Because it's like, who's got time for doors? I've got nothing to hide.
Everyone in there's a man, and like that's what you see when you're at the urinal, is just the back of you.
Everyone in there's a man. That's the key thing. I walked into a toilet that had about 8 cubicles, and I was like, that's so weird. I didn't think anything of it. I was actually looking at myself in the mirror. Like, I just was going about my business. Mate. And then there wasn't a urinal, and then I got into the toilet. I was about halfway through doing my business, and I was like, why is there a sanitary bin in here? And then I was like, that seems weird. And then it hit me. I was almost finished up. I went, not in the men's toilet. Are you, Luke?
This is not the first time you've done this.
Really?
Yeah, you've done that at that vaudeville venue where you've walked into the women's at one of your own shows.
Oh, no, someone told me to do it that night.
Yeah, I've also done it too.
No, that sounds really bad. Like, I would explain that. Yeah. It's a situation where there's a men's cubicle and a women's cubicle.
Yeah, that one
and there was a huge line for the men's for some reason for once, and I was about to go on stage to do my show, and they were like, someone from the venue was like, just duck in there, it'll be fine, I'll wait outside. He left. It was brutal. And then I walked out, and there was a girl who was about to watch my show, see me walk out of the women's, and she was like, what were you doing? And then I also opened the show that night talking about how I'd just eaten a hot curry and was and that girl was just mortified.
You know what's funny? After that show, I went in the same toilet, and all the people that were at your show saw me, so they must have been like, geez, there's something good in there.
Now we're just like a creepy show. But yeah, I walked in, so I had no idea. I was an honest mistake. I thought I saw a little man on the door. I was busting, didn't look. I'm like, I can't stop halfway.
So
like,
not
I'm
only have you
now.
gone into the women's, but you've also misgendered the sign.
Misgendered the sign, and I've also left the door open as I'm going. And
you left the door. That's like the ultimate disrespect. Yeah. They would have probably assumed that you were a woman, and they would be like, "Why is this woman standing up? Has she got a shiwi or something?"
Yeah, that's another thing. So from the bar girl stared at me when I walked out. She can see the exit to the men's toilet, but there's a corridor leading up to the women's. So all she's seen is me walk out from the corridor, but not seen me exit from the men's. So she's either going, he's not the cleaner. Why was he up the corridor? The only thing else that's up the corridor is the women's toilet. And and then I was like left with this debate, like this internal debate for the rest of the night, because I still hadn't performed yet. I thought about 5 or 6 women saw me leave. It's like, I had to perform. Was I going to get heckled? About like, should I bring it up on stage?
But it's also weirder to go up to like 6 women you've never met before and be like, hey, just so you know, I was in the women's bathroom for like a normal reason.
Totally mistake. Yeah, well, there's no normal reason.
There is no normal reason. You just have to be like, oh, I'm an idiot.
So yeah, the rest of did I do the right thing? I wanted to ask you, did I do the right thing?
Did you perform?
Pardon? Yeah, I performed. I didn't mention it. I left really quickly.
Did the women laugh?
Yeah.
I'll let you slide.
I honestly just think it's a credit to them, and it was a really progressive crowd, and they were like, "Hey, be you, man. Whatever bathroom you want to go in, that's fine."
True. Who's to say that you can't go in there?
Exactly. Well,
I'm glad we've come to that conclusion, mate. Slick Lewis on the Fox.
He sounds like Jim.
She sounds like Stacey.
He might be Dave.
She might be Jane.
We'll guess your name. We'll guess your name.
13 10 60. The name game.
That's right, it's back. We're playing the name game, Luke.
I was just thinking, have we actually had a Dave, a Stacey, or a Jane yet?
No, I don't think we have. No.
Yeah. So he might be Stacey, but never has been. Interesting.
No. So
might have to switch up the opener.
Dave, Stacey, maybe give us a call.
Or don't.
Or don't, because that would be cheating.
Yeah. But this is a game where we try and guess people's names based off their personality. We think you can guess someone's name, you know, you can ask someone 3 questions about themselves and go, that is a Darren.
Yeah.
Darren any day of the week. And look, it's harder than we first thought.
Yeah, I
but
mean,
we have got it twice before.
Yeah, we did have a hot streak where we got 2 in
You
a
got
row.
it.
Oh, well, I
Yeah.
had a hot streak. We had 2 in a row, and then I was feeling really confident. But since then, man, we haven't gotten it for weeks, and I'm feeling very unconfident.
Yep. So give us a call if you have a name. That is the only requirement.
World's most relatable radio game goes to us.
I always feel like there's one guy who's like doesn't have a name, just super offended every week, going, "Oh, we really want to participate."
Hey, sorry, man. I'd send you an apology, but I wouldn't know who to address it to. Luke and Lewis on the Fox, and we are doing this.
He sounds like Jim.
She sounds like Stacey.
He might be Dave.
She might be Jane.
We'll guess your name. We'll guess your name.
13 10 60. The name game.
That's right, guys. We're playing the name game where we have a caller on the line. We do not know their name. Our producers outside the studio know their name. We don't. We're going to use 3 questions about their personality to guess their name every single time.
Except we don't guess it every single time. We rarely guess it.
Yes. I've got it twice in a row, but we've played this way too many times.
Today we're going to be doing all personality-based questions.
Yes.
We think that if you know a bit about some people, you just go, "Oh yeah, you're like a Matthew."
That's
or
something
whatever.
that Tom would do, or something Sarah would do.
Yeah.
So, welcome to the
For
call.
example, if we got someone who said, "Hey, do you have friends?" and then they were like, "No," I'd be like, classic Lewis.
You know, we'd say, hey, if you always bully your mate who only has
Luke.
one mate, you'd be Luke.
Yep.
Caller 1, welcome to the show. Do not say your name. You can say something. Caller number 3, welcome to the show. Do not say your name.
Hello.
Good. Hello. Now, I'm vibing female.
I kind of want to ask them. I kind of want to do the friends test. It still could be a Lewis because there are female Lewises.
There's female Louises.
Isn't there a Lewis on Family Guy? What's her name?
No?
What's her name, Mike?
The mum's name is Lois.
Lois. Sorry. Yeah.
She's Superman's girlfriend. You've thought her name was Lewis this whole time.
Lewis Lane.
Right. So do you want to...
Or maybe I shouldn't open the batting. You go open it this
I think
week.
so. You're off to a bad start. All right. Caller 3. When you insert a USB, do you normally get it the right way up the first try?
No.
No one does.
Yeah, so definitely a human, not a robot.
Yeah, great.
See, I would say that if she did get it in the first try, her name would be like Gerald or something.
Yeah, right.
Definitely not Lewis.
Right.
Okay, or she just cancelled out Lewis.
Right. Okay.
So she must have friends.
Could still be a Lois.
Yeah.
No, because not many women are called Lewis, but some are called Lois, as
Yes.
you've just learned.
Yeah, learn something new every day.
Do you want to ask a question?
Have you been to Europe recently, caller 3?
No.
So her name's not Sarah, Stacey, Brittany. Those are all the girls I know recently
Shaz. Yeah.
who have been to Europe.
I've got one, Luke. I've got one that should tell us a bit about her personality, because right now we've kind of learned nothing, really. We've got 2 no's.
I mean, I'll just say, you were like pretty hard on me at the start. I'm like, don't worry, I got this. And then asked her a really obscure USB-based question.
Hey, man, I'm just saying the gamble could have paid off. If she said yes, her name would have been Gerald, and we would have won the game.
When you do like a personality-based quiz online, say if you go on like a dating website and you got to fill in all your details, one of the questions, it's like horoscope, date of birth, do you like dogs? It's
USB
never like,
ability.
can you get USBs in them? But I just don't think
All
it
right.
was a smart
Okay, well, I've
question.
got something that will tell us a bit about
Yeah,
her
okay,
personality.
great.
Do you trust me?
Yep.
Okay, caller 3. Will you watch the new season of The Bachelor?
Oh,
Starts on Wednesday.
possibly.
Ooh.
Again, learned nothing.
Okay, so she is not very good with USBs. Doesn't narrow it down much.
No.
She hasn't been to Europe recently, so her name's not Brittany, Stacey, or Sarah.
Right. I think she might watch the new season of Bachelor. See, if it was definitely watching the new season of Bachelor, her name would be like Sharon or McCarthy or I don't know, maybe there'd be a second name. No one's really called McCarthy, are they? I think.
See, I would only watch The Bachelor just to see if there's drama.
I've learned something. This is something we can get from this. Luke, do you have any names that are floating?
Sorry,
in
I
your
didn't
head?
hear what she said. My headphones got plugged out.
She said that Caller 3 said she would watch The Bachelor if there was drama in it.
Oh, there'll be heaps of drama.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's The Bachelor.
It's the Bachelor. What do you mean?
I've got a name floating in my head.
Yeah.
Do you have anything?
Yeah. I know an Emma who's possibly going to watch it, but
I like that better.
I
than
don't
mine.
think it's the-
I like that better than mine.
why? What's yours?
Mine was Melissa.
I mean, I don't know why we're deliberating. It's probably going to be neither. But are we looking in Emma?
Emma. Is your name Emma?
No.
Ah, was it Melissa?
No.
Oh,
What's
what
your
is it?
name?
My name is Casey, but my middle name is Sarah.
Oh, I thought you said you hadn't been to Europe recently. So weird you'd lie about that because that's foolproof.
Well, thanks for calling anyway. One day we're going to get a win, Luke. One day.
Yeah, maybe we should start asking not bad questions.
Yeah, less
Yeah.
USB related content. I should try like USB-C. That's
Yeah.
the new innovation that Max come up with.
Yeah. Great.
We're never going to win this game. Luke, I found out something amazing. Apparently, you can email your local MP to get a portrait of the Queen delivered to your house.
I have heard this story circulating throughout the week, and I don't know how it's popped up again, but apparently this has been a rule since 1990. You
Yeah.
can request a picture
Geez, that's
of
fairly
the Queen.
recent. I thought this rule would have been like when Australia was founded. Because
Yeah.
I don't feel like people cared about the Queen very much in the 90s.
Yeah, they were like Nirvana and the Queen. That's what we want.
Geez, it'd be great if you could get a picture of Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
I'd definitely email my MP. But it got me thinking. So apparently what the law is every single citizen of the Commonwealth, which is us and a few other countries, are entitled to receive a picture of the Queen and Prince Philip.
Yeah.
And it'll be posted to you. Plus, you can also get a CD-ROM of the national anthem.
Yes.
But it got me thinking.
It's to build nationhood, which
Yeah.
means that you should technically be able to request a pavlova and a lamington at all times as well.
That'd
in
be
case you want an Aussie snack.
Yeah, I think that'd be much more effective. Maybe a photo of Ned Kelly giving the thumbs up.
Yeah.
Such is life, bruz. But it got me thinking,
You should
man.
be able to get a free tat that says such is life. Maybe that's
the
how
Southern
Ben
Cross.
Cousins got his. Just talk to his local MP. I don't think he was ever speaking to his local MP, guys.
No. It got me thinking, though, Luke. We all get photos of the Queen.
Yep.
But is the Queen entitled to photos of us?
Yeah.
Like
right.
every citizen in the Commonwealth? I feel like it's a bit unfair.
Yeah, okay.
We're all getting
So
mad selfies of the Queen, but she's not getting anything back. I mean,
Well,
apart from
she could
millions of
probably
dollars for
request.
no work.
She could probably request one of herself. That's a bit vain, though.
Yeah, a little bit vain.
A little bit arrogant.
Although I have seen a giant painted portrait of her in her
I think
own
she
castle.
probably has
so-
one in her bedroom.
Yeah, that's true. But she doesn't have any photos of her subjects, and I think that's absolutely ridiculous.
So I feel like it's the least we could do, considering
Yeah.
that we're fortunate enough to live in a society where if we want a picture of the Queen, we can just request it.
yeah.
Okay, so little bit of just a few red flags. Gonna be hard to get a selfie with everyone in the Commonwealth all at once.
No. This is why we have such a great platform here on the Fox on radio. We have access to so
everyone.
many people in the Commonwealth.
I mean-
so everyone listening to this, right? If you could come and just take a selfie with us and bring a mate who doesn't really listen to Fox, we should cover, I reckon, 90% of the country.
What about we do this? Okay, so what, we're trying to take a selfie with everyone in the Commonwealth.
A
Let's
group
just
selfie.
start off at the basics and
Yeah.
get a feeler for when we think people 131060. When are you free next week?
Yeah.
And if we could all try and coordinate a day where we just get together and take this selfie.
Surely next week, if we have
There's
7
got to
days,
be one day out of 7 that all lines up, you know.
that
Oh,
every
sorry,
single listener
you know,
of Fox can meet up on the same day.
not
I mean,
even
a
a
photos-
Fox, podcasters from Scotland or
Yeah.
even that. If you
If you're listening from Antigua or Barbuda, that's another country in the Commonwealth.
Yeah.
I mean, give us a call if you're listening on the podcast version anyway. So 131060, when are you free next week to take a selfie and we'll mail it to the
let us
Queen?
know when you're free. If you've got a doctor's appointment, we'd love to hear the days that you can't do it because then we'll try and reschedule this selfie around another one.
Yeah.
If you got like school next week, we might have it on the weekend. We'll try and work out a day when everyone's free. 131060, let us know when you're free. It'd really help us coordinate this Commonwealth selfie.
Yep.
That's probably going to happen next week.
Yeah, at some point, whenever everyone's free.
And also that, check with your friends as well. So yeah, we genuinely want to speak to you next. 131060, when are you free next week? Give us a call.
Look at Lewis on the Fox. When are you free? Because What we're trying to do, Luke, is we're trying to organise a selfie with every single person in the Commonwealth on the same day, someday next week, that we can then mail to the Queen.
Yes, because if you don't know, Australian citizens can email your local MP and you can get sent, you're entitled to get sent a free portrait of the Queen. And we thought, hey, the Queen's getting nothing out of this. The least we could do is return the favour and get everyone in the Commonwealth a selfie that she can request if she feels the need to.
Now,
That's another thing about this. She may not want this selfie, but as long as the option's there.
Now, I have looked it up, Luke. There's 53 countries in the Commonwealth.
Yeah.
So we're dealing with about probably almost a billion people, really, when you think about it.
Well, so that's why
do you
we're-
reckon like 7 days to organise a billion people for one selfie is enough? Because some people from like Bangladesh, they're going to have to book a flight.
Where are we doing it? We don't have to do it in Australia.
We should do it in the most densely populated place. So maybe everyone has to go to Bangladesh.
No, I think we should do it in like near Uluru or something, so it's fair for most people that they actually have to travel for the selfie.
Yeah, that's true. And there's
Yeah.
lots of room. There's
It should be
lots of
like
desert
voting.
for
It's
just
compulsory,
standing.
and there's a sausage sizzle, and everyone's just having a great time.
We'll need a helicopter and a really good camera.
Yeah.
So it's high resolution enough for the Queen to recognise all of us.
Yeah, that's true. We will
So
need
she
a
can
drone.
zoom in and be like, oh, that's Tom from Bangladesh.
Yeah. Now, we need to start off with, we do have people waiting in the line. We're going to obviously we're going to find out when they're free, but we need to start off. We're going to have to be in this selfie because we are members of the Commonwealth.
We'll start with us.
When
So-
are you free next week? I can't do Wednesday. I'm going to see a movie.
Oh, that
I'm
works.
going to see
'cause-
the Meg in 4D.
Oh, that works because I've got a gig on
Okay,
Wednesday. I'm
sweet.
performing, so I can't do then.
And I think there was rumour that us three with Mike, we were going to do an escape room sometime this week, which
Okay.
means that that's
maybe we
one
could.
day.
Why don't we
locked
book
out.
in the escape room for like after the photo, so we can kind of
Okay,
knock
so-
out two things because we can do an escape room whenever
Yeah.
because we haven't booked that yet. So I think we'll do that.
That's a good one as well. We can escape from Alice Springs if we do it at all. That whole suburb's a giant escape.
okay. Well, then, so maybe Tuesday would work for us.
Yeah, I could do Tuesday, actually. Oh, no, my girlfriend did say, but she's going to have to be part of the photo.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's like, can we hang out Tuesday?
That counts as
And
girlfriend
that's
time.
girlfriend
Yeah,
time.
all right, I'll bring mine as well. Brad, welcome to the show. When are you free?
So I'm free any day except Sunday.
Except
you're
Sunday.
pretty, free. I mean, we can't do Sunday because we're going to do the radio show
Yeah, we
next
can't
week.
do Sunday, actually, because we're on air. Can you do...
No, he said any day except Sunday.
Yeah.
So he can do any day.
Oh, okay, well,
What do
that's
you
good.
do, Brad? Well, not much.
Yeah, I work from home, so it's pretty crazy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right. Do you
All
reckon-
So is Tuesday a good day for you, Brad?
Yeah, Tuesday works, right?
All right. Do you reckon you have time between now and Tuesday to hit up like 980 million people to see if they're
give it
free
a
on
crack.
Tuesday? Yeah, give it a crack.
Hey, Mike, when are you free? We didn't ask you. Are you free Tuesday?
Yeah, sorry to burst the bubble, but I can't do Tuesday.
What day can you do?
I could do Wednesday or maybe Thursday.
Okay, I can do Wednesday. Brad, can you do Wednesday?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. How about James, our producer? Can you do Wednesday, mate?
I can do Wednesday after 6 p.m. if you're good
After
then.
6 p.m.
Oh, you've been
works.
told
do that.
at
I'm
this radio station.
performing again after 6 p.m. on Wednesday.
Wait, are we doing Wednesday? I've already said Wednesday night I can't do.
Okay. Well, Mike, are there any days other than Wednesday you can do?
I could do Thursday, but I thought we were doing an escape room on Thursday.
Well, what if we move
Thursday
the escape-
morning. Can
What if-
anyone do... Brad, can you do Thursday morning?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
James, can you do Thursday morning
Again, I can probably do Thursday morning before 10 a.m. maybe.
before 10 a.m.? Before 10 a.m., Brad, does that work for you?
Yeah,
I was
sure.
planning on having a late night after my movie, and I was going to sleep
Well,
in.
you want to look good in the photo.
Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe later. How about
Hey,
Friday?
turns out it's pretty hard to organise a selfie with 1 billion people. We can't even do it with 4.
That's true. Okay.
Hey, 13 10 60, we're going to keep taking your calls. We want to get your everyone in on this selfie.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Give us a call. When are you
Let's-
free next week? We're not going to stop until we make sure everyone's free.
Even if it takes our entire lifetime, we will find a day where the entire Commonwealth is free. It's
What
like
about we just call a public holiday? But then you got to get, like...
Queen's birthday? But
Oh,
then the Queen will be busy
Yeah.
celebrating her birthday. Luke and Lewis on the Fox. Luke and Lewis on the Fox. We are also joined by one of our producers, Ebony. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Now,
No worries.
Ebony, today you came in with brand spanking new hair.
Brand new.
Yes.
It used to be a brunette and it is now blonde.
Yeah, very dramatic difference.
That's
It's
crazy
a huge
change.
difference, immediately obvious. As soon as you came into the office, both me and Luke just started yelling hair.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like it was so noticeable. That's the first thing. You literally before you'd even walked into the room, I saw you walking down the corridor, and at the top
I was like,
of my
"Who's
eyes,
this blonde girl?" Yeah, and Radio Mike, our button pusher,
Hey,
did you
guys.
notice?
Yeah, it was the second thing I said. I was like, hey, Ebony, cool hair.
Because it's completely different.
Yeah,
And-
it looks so different.
Ebony, would you say that everyone who knows you has noticed, that's seen it?
Yes, definitely.
So you
Yeah.
got it done yesterday, yeah?
Yep.
And every single person you've come across since has been like, "Hey, Ebony, nice hair," or at least reference the hair.
yeah, and it's
Yeah.
been one of the first things
Because
I've
it's
said.
it's a talking point.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's super weird. The reason why, so this is almost everyone in our team is in the studio right now, except for our producer, James.
He
He's
doesn't know
outside in the other studio. He can't hear us right now.
He's got his arms crossed.
He's
I've never.
hating this because he doesn't know what we're talking
We
about.
could be talking about anything.
But he hasn't referenced Ebony's hair, and it's so weird.
It's been like 4 hours, and he hasn't said a single thing to you.
Said nothing.
It's really hard to understand. You were dark brown, almost black, but just dark brown, dark brunette, and now you're blonde.
And he
It's-
hasn't said a single thing. So here's my theory: either he hasn't noticed, and he's an
He
idiot,
has noticed.
or he has noticed, and he's I bet he's going to come in here with a really weird reason justifying why he hasn't said anything because it's probably unprofessional or
He's
something.
trying to figure it out right now, like what we're talking about from the other
Mate,
studio.
if he still hasn't figured it out, then it's crazy. James, come in now. We're waving.
He
him
looks
in.
like Magneto. He's just glowering at us, trying to move stuff with his mind so he can get in here.
It's crazy.
Hey, James, welcome to the studio. Get on the mic, man. How are you
Welcome
feeling?
to the show.
Kind of sucks. Kind of feels like I've just been on Family Feud and I've just been locked in
Now,
the sound process.
James, what do you? Because this is what do you?
Hang on, how long have you been working on that joke for? Because you've been out there for about a minute and a half.
Not
and
long
that's
enough.
the best you could do.
Oh, come on, it was pretty good.
Not
Now,
bad.
James, what do you think we're talking about?
I feel like
We
it's...
might find out something ridiculous
no,
here.
I think it's going to be something about my management style of the team.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. No, that's not what we were talking about.
James, is there anything that you would like to say to your co-producer Ebony? Anything at all?
I've noticed that you've changed your hair colour.
Oh my god!
Finally! Why didn't you say anything? It's been like 4 hours.
It's something that I just don't typically comment on. Like,
Why? What's your reason?
it's not that important. It's-
What's your reason? It's so
hey,
important.
Ebony, I think your hair looks great. Don't listen to
Thank
him,
you.
all right? What do you mean it's not important,
it's
mate?
such
She's
a-
made a pretty bold decision. How long did you think about it for?
Oh, a few months.
Yeah, it's
Few
not a
months.
decision that
Life
when you go
changing.
brunette to blonde, it's not a snap of the fingers. A lot of thought's been put into that, and you've gone, oh, it doesn't matter.
Well, no, like...
It's
to
not
be-
like going from Kathmandu to North Face, all right?
Okay, so we're making gags about that?
Yes.
Is that... Okay, great.
It's because you're a Kathmandu guy.
Yeah,
That was the joke there. It was a weird in-joke, actually, on air, that James is typically known for two things, wearing Kathmandu and not referencing people's new hair.
Well, no, to be fair, in the light, it kind of looked like your hair hadn't changed.
No, it's not.
mate.
It's in the light now. It's
And now we know
blonde
James is colourblind. Great. That's two things we've learned.
It's just such a waste of valuable time to be talking about other
knew
people's
it.
appearances.
I knew you would come in with some weird management reason as for why you hadn't said. I said that when you were out of the studio.
It's like, mate, have you ever thought of just pushing productivity aside and being a nice person?
Yeah, what's the end result? You get nothing out of that.
Well, you wouldn't be on radio getting grilled.
Yeah, it's true.
Actually, maybe keep doing that. Makes for great radio.
Yeah.
Luke and Lewis on the Fox. It's Luke and Lewis on the Fox, and today we're doing this.
Businesses exposed. Ah, you've been a naughty business.
That's right. It's time to expose a business once again. The time's come. It's a regular segment that we do on the show, Luke, where I expose businesses for shady practices and or slighting me a little bit.
It's usually personal, and I do want to ask, because I'm pretty sure I already know the answer. Lewis, is today's business expose personal?
This is a 50-50. It's a personal business expose that I reckon everyone can get on board with.
All right, so it happened to you, but you think it's relatable, is what you're trying to say?
Yes. Now, 99% of the time, when I think something's relatable, I am incorrect.
Yes.
But today, I think I've got it. Today, I'm exposing Tiger. I think again. Did we expose them last week?
I think this
We
was
did.
last week.
Right.
Do you want to lay
I'm
off
kicking
this
them while
airline?
they're down. No, okay, because Tiger
Man, this is
tried to get
brutal.
revenge on me. I exposed them, and then I booked a Tiger flight. My fault. Shouldn't be booking people with my enemies.
Dude, not even that. It's like stand behind what you say on air as well. Like you literally
Hey,
were
man.
throwing Tiger under the bus last week, and then 4 days later you're like, oh, I don't want to pay much for a flight.
Unfortunately, I don't have the financial liberty to stand behind what I say yet. But as soon as I can afford Qantas, that's it.
Yeah, I'll be taking that up with our bosses. I'll say
Yeah.
the lack of amount that you pay us to do this show actually
Ruining my integrity.
affects the integrity of the show.
Now, I'm exposing Tiger Airlines because I took a flight to Gold Coast, and on the way back from the flight, we got on, and you know how they're all squishy. There's lots of the reason why it's so cheap is because there's lots of seats on the plane. That's how they make their money. Now, I got on the plane, and the woman.
I thought about that. I reckon there's one more row.
I think it might be two. I was thinking about this as well because this is what
Because
I'm
there is
talking
less
about.
leg room than maybe like a Qantas or something. But like, really,
not
how
much.
many more centimeters can you? Yeah, if you drag each seat in by 3 centimeters of leg room, how much are you really going to make up?
I worked it out. If their tickets are like $90 each, you're probably
Yeah.
looking at like a couple $1,000s every day if they fly multiple times
That's
a day.
true.
But here's the thing: I'm fine with them squishing seats to make it cheaper for everyone. That's
Okay.
fine. But the woman in front of me decided to recline her seat directly into my knees
Mm-hmm.
for 2 hours. And what that made me do is I was like, well, if she's reclined her seat, I'm reclining mine directly into the knees of the person behind me.
Ah.
And then he was like, well, if he's reclining, I'm
It
reclining.
was like a seat reclining Mexican wave.
I
just
know.
down the plane.
Straight into everyone's knees. And that woman in front of me reclining her seat meant I checked when I stood up, there was about 40 people down the plane who would just ruin the flight of the person behind them. Now, Tiger, you need to make a decision. Either you're making squishy flights or you have reclining seats. You can't do both.
Oh my god, I'm so exposed. Yeah, it's not really exposing them. We know that. It's more of like, hey, Tiger, make a decision quick. Or
Yeah, well, you can't have both, all right? It's
or
not
what?
business
You're going to
class.
fly them again anyway. That's what I mean. Or what? You're probably going to expose Tiger next week because you're going to go on another Tiger flight this week.
That's true. I'm going on tour in a couple of months. I just booked like 30 Tiger flights.
Oh,
But I'm saying I'm
That's
a
the thing.
valued customer and they should listen to my feedback. Stop reclining your
Mate,
seats, Tiger.
If you were valued, I don't think there is such thing as a valued Tiger customer.
Very true. Luke and Lewis on the Fox. Today we're doing this. It's real or is it
Fake news.
Hey,
Bit
radio
slow on that
mic.
one, Mikey. Yeah.
Slow hands, Mike. Sucks
Sorry,
again.
guys. Sorry, guys. I was.
Hey man, don't apologise. We literally expect it. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Thinking about something else. Now, we need to. What we're doing here is this segment. You probably couldn't hear it, the opener, over me laughing at our horrible button pusher. Real news or fake news is a regular segment we do, Luke, where we pick a news outlet and we come up with a headline that they have written, and then I've come up with a fake one, and you have to guess which
Yeah.
one's real.
So we're taking in turns. Last time I grabbed some real headlines from the NT News and then also came up with some fake headlines, and you had to guess which was the real one, which was the fake one. Today, I'm playing You've Made Them Up. Which news website are we going off today?
we're going off my favourite, Pedestrian TV, which is...
Oh, you can never tell because to even call it journalism is generous.
It's a stretch. And the reason why Pedestrian TV is great is because it's definitely aimed at millennials, but it's definitely not written by millennials. So it just seems to be like some 30-year-old desperately typing in buzzwords somewhere in the headline to appeal to people under 25.
Yeah, so you've kind of gone away, channeled that.
Yes.
That person, and you've written up 2 fake ones.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so you're going to give me a real one and a fake one, and how many you got? You got 2?
Yes, I have 2. I've got 3, actually. First one.
Look at you coming in prepared.
Dua Lipa receives first ever key to the city in her hometown of Pristina. That's the first one. Second one. Shannon Knoll receives biggest ever can of Bundaberg rum from Bundaberg.
I mean, here's the thing. You wouldn't have made up a fact about Dua Lipa because I don't think you know who that is. I know that
No, I have
your
tried
pop
that.
culture knowledge is so bad that so this isn't actually a test of news. This is just like, what do I think you'd make up or not? And
you know me too well for this game. Yeah. See, I was thinking that would actually be quite tricky, but no, I've got no idea who Dua Lipa is. Who's that?
Yeah, it's a
singer. DJ.
No, she's a singer. I think she does a bit of DJing, if I'm correct. I think she was at Tomorrowland, but I'm not sure if she's an electronic artist. I know she opened for Bruno Mars, which means I think she's a singer. Look, some of her tracks play on the station. All I know is that both of those sound real. It kind of sounds like that actually happened to Shannon Noll as well.
Well, which one do you think is the real one?
Well, I think that the Dua Lipa one is the real one.
Incorrect. Shannon Noll.
Right,
I'm kidding. You're right.
You're lying.
You're right. Okay. So you're on one. Second one. This one's about the Royals. Everyone likes talking about the Royals, but it's very hard to turn news about the Royals into something that millennials will care about.
Yes, or anyone.
They're trying very hard here with both of these. Here's the first one. Meghan Markle's father has a royal dad bod. Hashtag all hail.
Haven't seen his rig, but sounds like something pedestrian would write about. What's
they
the
love
second
a dad
one?
bod. Second one is Meghan Markle's dad is still the worst. Says he hung up on Prince Harry.
Did he? I mean,
so
he's
he's
been known for being a bit of a villain. He seems like someone who would hang up on Prince Harry if he called.
But would Pedestrian know about that? Very personal.
That is a scoop, and I don't think Pedestrian have that kind of intel. So I am going to go with them just looking at a picture of Meghan Markle's dad and going, oh yeah, that's a pretty sloppy rig. Hashtag dad bod. There's a story. I think the dad bod one is the real one.
Incorrect. But the dad bod one does sound more real. As if Pedestrian TV has sources within the royal family.
Yeah, is he ripped?
No, he's got a dad bod.
Oh, right. Oh, so you just did that. So you did what I thought the person at Pedestrian did.
I'm channeling my inner pedestrian
Did
journalist.
you just Google Meghan Markle's dad and then go,
And then I saw his bod.
Yeah.
Final one. Now, this one, as you know, Pedestrian TV love a long headline. They're famous for it. All their headlines are like 6 sentences. So here's your first one. I want you to guess which one of these
That's what you call
is real.
a paragraph, Lewis.
Yeah, whatever.
Continue.
Footy star Dustin Martins got his kid off for Bonds again, and it's a real mood. And then 3 fire emojis.
Mm-hmm.
Second one, Nick Cummins, the honey badger, strips down for Kmart, and oh Lord, it's getting hot in here because Nick Cummins from the honey badger from The Bachelor looks amazing. Oh man, he's taken all his clothes off for Kmart. This is incredible. Hashtag sexy bod. Fire emoji, Nick Cummins, the honey badger. Which one of those is
Hard
real?
to tell.
Because they do like long headlines.
Yeah, and you also do like derailing this radio show. I mean, look, again, it's very obvious which one you've made up, not even because it's incredibly long. You know nothing about football. I don't think you know who Dustin Martin is. So it's definitely Dustin Martin is real and the other one is fake.
Yeah, you've got it. Correct. Well done. So you didn't really play the game very well. You just knew that I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I'm like, I know you don't know who Dustin Martin or Dua Lipa is, so I'm in this week.
You've just given me the key to success next week, mate. So
yeah,
I'm
don't do
win.
pop culture-based stuff, because I know you don't know anything about it.
True. Next time we'll be doing something from National Geographic.
Yeah.
Look at Lewis on the Fox. That's the end of the show. Well done, everyone. Well done. We did it. It's the end of the show. Mike, I noticed you're not clapping. Weren't you happy with the content on tonight's show?
No, it was great.
Oh, thank you. Great. We've got an audience in here. So that's the end of the show, guys. Thank you very much for listening. If you missed anything, you can catch up on the podcast because that show was so good. We got an applause. So.
Imagine if that's all you heard of tonight's show, just that last 30 seconds, and we're like, I got to check this out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We're on, man, I got to check this podcast out.
These guys love themselves. They must be great.
No, didn't you hear the audience? They were there. They were loving it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. See, there they go again. Jeez, these guys are going nuts.
But hey, if you want more of that, there is a podcast. Go check it out. We'll be back next Sunday.
Yes, we will. And we're also on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. If you want to watch the show, just search Luke and Lewis on any of those platforms.
If you don't even just want to listen to that, you can actually see that happen.
You can see the live audience that are definitely there. So anyway, guys, we will talk to you next Sunday. Thanks. See you later.
Luke and Lewis on 1019 The Fox.